arrest me. I don't want us to have. I've told you where the vehicle is.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this set of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
A very pleasant evening to you, and thank you for joining us on BTV Major News at 6. My name is Temitope Oluwafemi, and now to the news in details. Troops of 4 Brigade Nigerian Army, in collaboration with personnel of the Nigerian Air Force, Edo State Police Command, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC, and the Edo State Security Corps on 4th February 2026 conducted a clearance operation codenamed Operation Igbo Danu 1 to neutralize, flush out terrorists, kidnappers, and rescue victims at Osara community in Esako West local government area, as well as Auchi and Okwela communities, all in Edo North Senatorial District of Edo State. BTV News senior reporter Best Orator has details.
Troops of the 4 Brigade Nigerian Army in last-minute preparation as they proceed to the forest in Edo North Senatorial District to fish out criminal elements. In recognition of the fact that vehicles may not be able to access the forest, the army officers proceeded on motorbikes to access the forest. A statement released by the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, 4 Brigade Nigerian Army, Captain Kennedy Ayawu, says during the operation, 8 suspected kidnappers and illicit drug peddlers were arrested. The suspects were identified as Jamilu Mohammed, 25, Kasim Abu, 33, Brahimo Hafiz, 31, Suleiman Hamisu, 36, Lawan Umoru, 25, Bawa Awa, 24, Musa Umaru, 40, and Amadou Attar, 50. Weapons recovered from the suspects include 1 English auto-pop action gun, 4 live cartridges, and 1 locally made pistol. Other items seized were a point-of-sale machine, 2 cutlasses, and Nikon digital camera, 2 Android phones and mental hook, 5 bottles of codeine syrup, 2 Indian hemp weighing scales, and quantities of substances suspected to be cannabis sativa, tramadol, ice load, and colos. The sum of 87,550 naira was also recovered. The suspects and recovered items have been handed over to the Edo State Police Command for further investigation. In a related development, troops of 4 Brigade Nigerian Army, in conjunction with the Edo State Police Command, also combed the Aviele forest in Isaka West local government area aimed at flushing out suspected terrorists and kidnappers. During the raid, 5 suspected kidnappers, Isiaka Abubakar, 37, Mohammed Abubakar, 25, Yusuf Abubakar, 24, Mohammed Sumu, 20, and Isiaka Ibrahim, 30, were arrested. Items recovered from them include 2 motorcycles, 2 Android phones, and a power bank. The suspects and recovered items were also handed over to the police for further investigation. The commander for Brigade, Brigadier General Ahmed Balogun, who led the operations, commended the swift response and collaboration among the security agencies. He warned that Edo State will be unattainable for terrorists, kidnappers, and other criminal elements to carry out their nefarious activities. He also reaffirmed the brigade's commitment to safeguarding lives and properties in the state. He expressed appreciation to the General Officer commanding 2 Division Nigerian Army, Major General Chinedu Unebefe, for his strategic guidance and support. Best Orator, reporting for BTV News.
The chairman of Oredo Local Government Area, Honorable Engineer Gabriel Idusere, say his attention has been drawn to allegations circulating in some quarters that the council is collecting illegal levies at Ugbo Market through an individual identified as Mr. Sharia. The council wishes to state categorically and unequivocally that it has not authorized any person, agent or group to collect any fees or monies on its behalf at Ugbo Market or anywhere within the local government area. For the avoidance of doubt, Oredo Local Government Council operates strictly within the confines of the law, and all approved revenues and levies are collected through due process by recognized departments and duly licensed officials only. In a statement, the council stated that any claim linking the council to unlawful collections through Mr. Sharia or any other individual is false, misleading, and should be totally disregarded by the general public. The council directed the relevant authorities to investigate the source of this allegation and will take appropriate action against anyone found impersonating government officials or attempting to extort traders and residents under false pretenses. Members of the public are advised to report any suspicious or illegal collection activities to the appropriate security agencies or directly to the council for prompt action. In a related development, the chairman of Oredo Local Government Council, Honorable Engineer Gabriel Idusere, has issued a disclaimer over allegations making the rounds that the council is collecting illegal levies at Ugbo Market through an individual identified as Mr. Sharia. Beetv News' Precious Agbolaho reports that the council categorically denied the allegation, stressing that it has not authorized any individual, agent or group to collect illegal fees or monies on its behalf at Ugbo Market or anywhere within the Oredo Local Government Area. The report.
The chairman of the Oredo Local Government Council, Honorable Engineer Gabriel Idusere, visited Ugbo Market following social media reports alleging that council was illegally extorting money from market women. The visit by the council chairman is aimed at clarifying allegations made by some traders that one Mr. Shara has been sent by council to collect taxes from the traders. The chairman further disclosed that relevant authorities has been directed to investigate the source of the allegation, adding that the council will not hesitate to take appropriate actions against anyone found impersonating government officials or attempting to extort traders and residents under false pretense.
We heard the rumor going all around within media space and all, and we have been able to clear the air in the sense that the state government have not approved any revenue to be collected except environmental, and at the same time we used this medium to announce to all markets in Oredo local government that nobody is permitted to collect revenue.
Speaking with the alleged individual, Mr. Shara, who identified himself as Friday Osadolo, he denied the allegation, stated that he was not sent by any council to collect money. He explained that last year's collection was for Iyeki and that this year has not been authorized or sent by the council for any form of collection.
So what happened? Why are you collecting money from the market people?
We never collect money for now. Because last year, before my Iyeki collected for 400,000. Even inside the money, now we take do all these things.
Have you been mandated to collect money again this year?
No, I've not collected any money.
He was further taken by the council for questioning to clarify issues surrounding the allegation. So market women who spoke said they regularly pay tax and tickets, but alleged that individuals involved in the dispute collections are not members of the market communities.
We pay tax, we pay tickets, we pay all those money. At times, 3 months, they will not come to pack any debt, any revenue. They will not come to pack any debt. They don't wear uniform. They say they are the women from this community. They will come, they are the men from this community. They say this is their father's plan. They will come and collect money from us, excess money.
They said Mr. Shara was there after taking to the council officers for questioning to clarify the issues surrounding the allegation.
Officers, please hold that, please hold him. Take him to the office.
Following the intervention by the chairman, the traders were full of appreciation as they sang of dance. The Oredo chairman has called on traders to report any illegal collections. Precious Agbolahor reporting for BTV News.
The Edo State government has initiated a comprehensive landscape project strategically designed to enhance the aesthetic appeal of the state while promoting a healthier and more sustainable environment. BTV News' Kate Oworidowo reports that the Edo State government launches environmental initiative in Benin City through the Edo State Parks and Garden Agency. The report.
The Edo State government, under the leadership of Governor Senator Monday Okpebolo, has initiated an extensive landscape project aimed at enhancing the aesthetic appeal and environmental quality of the state. The project, being implemented by the Edo State Park and Garden Agency, involves the strategic planting of trees along Airport Road in Benin City, aligning with the administration's broader environmental development agenda and commitment to promoting a greener and healthier environment for its citizens. In an exclusive interview, Pastor Stanley Dave Iodao, Managing Director of the Edo State Park and Garden Agency, revealed that the agency is undertaking a landscaping project focused on tree planting along Airport Road. He stated that while the project is ongoing, its impact is expected to become more pronounced within 1 to 2 years. According to Pastor Iodao, the initiative aims to enhance greenery across Edo State with the ultimate goal of creating a healthier and more eco-friendly environment, mirroring the standards of developed nations. He noted that Governor Monday Okpebolo has noted the importance of replicating such an environment in Edo State, thereby improving the quality of life for residents.
We're currently working on major projects along the port road that we believe that in a year, 2 years from now, be very visible for the citizens of Edo to see.
On behalf of Edo State government, first, we want to thank His Excellency, Governor for this opportunity given to us to beautify Airport Road. First, it's important that we understand that our Excellency's agenda is to ensure that Edo State is well beautified.
Pastor Stanley Dave Iodao noted that the government aims to position Edo State among the leading states with abundant greenery. According to him, the project's primary objectives are beautifications and environmental enhancement, emphasizing that a clean and healthy environment is crucial for promoting public health and overall well-being. Iodao further described Governor Okpebolo as a leader deeply committed to maintaining a clean, healthy, and attractive environment, driven by a vision to transform Edo State, one of Nigeria's most beautiful and environmentally friendly states.
When you need factors, strictly beautification to enhance our environment, to make sure that, because we do believe that a green environment is a healthy environment, and that has so much to do with our health as humans. So our governor is very passionate about this. He wants a beautiful Edo, a clean environment that is healthy enough for the citizens to live in. So that's basically the major factor driving us.
He expressed his appreciation to the governor for his vision and continuous support, particularly in the area of environmental beautification, noting that the initiative reflects the administration's commitment to sustainable development in Edo State. Kate Owaridowo reporting for BTV News.
Residents, tricycle operators and motorists are increasingly troubled by the worsening condition of Wasota Road linking Ojo Junction to Welu Junction in Benin City, describing it as a growing obstacle to movement, safety and economic activities in the area. BTV News' Zainab Mohammed reports.
The poor state of Wasota Road has continued to disrupt daily transportation, with floodwaters often covering large sections of the road whenever it rains. This situation has made movement difficult for tricycle riders, motorists, pedestrians, and school children, many of whom struggle to navigate the road safely. The condition has also led to frequent breakdowns of vehicles and increased travel time, forcing commuters to rely on alternative routes that are equally worn out. Respondents said the deteriorated road has disrupted livelihood for tricycle operators and traders, while pedestrians, including school children, are forced to navigate muddy and flooded sections, exposing them to safety risks. Road users noted that the road has remained neglected for several years, despite serving as a major entrance to Welu, a commercial hub that attracts traders from within and outside Edo State, adding that its poor condition has reduced access, discouraged patronage, and increased transportation costs. They appealed to Edo State government for urgent intervention, expressing hope that timely rehabilitation would improve safety, ease movements, and revive commercial activities around the market before the peak of the rainy season.
Over 30 years now, this road was engineered. Every government called the promise of doing it. Every government called the promise of doing it. They will not do it. We are tired about this thing. When if you apply this road now, when the rain falls, if rain falls, we cannot pass this place.
Government go fit help us if for sharp, because we now they reduce the price to 200. But in Oga will work now till 2 days, we will not go workshop. If they fit help us, they reach like be like that. The road now very bad road. We say I wish you now even drive go there more see yourself. We now see how the road is very bad. Well.
This road is taking a great toll on us, and it's very terrible. We need Wasota Road between Ujo Junction and Yamo Junction. It's so terrible right now, especially when it rains. When it rains, everywhere is messed up. We can't pass through. Water overshadows our keke, destroys our tricycle. So we are suffering a lot. So we need government urgent attention. So personally, I'm calling on the able governor, the savior governor, Governor Monday Okwewolu, to come to our rescue. Please, we are suffering. We are suffering with this road for over 7 years now. Over 7 years. It has been like that, deplorable, in the worst state. When it rains this season, I don't know if we can even pass through it, because most of the time we go past through Adjoining Street. And those streets too, my dear, they are not to write home about. Because one thing I've seen in Benin City is that whenever they do one road, they leave other roads unattended to. So there are no adjoining streets to pass through. So this is the only road we are managing. So we need government urgent attention to come and survey the situation for us. Personally, I'm begging. Governor Okwewolu, I believe in you. I know you can do it for us. Come and do it, for we are suffering a lot.
Residents believe that fixing the Wasota Ojo Welu Road would not only improve daily commuting but also support trade and economic growth in the area, while urging authorities to prioritize durable solutions to address the long-standing problem. Zainab Mohammed reporting for BTV News.
Disobedience to traffic regulations by motorists, especially commercial bus drivers, has become a worrying practice in Benin City. Road users say traffic rules are often ignored, leading to disorder and congestion. Some residents are now calling on the Edo State government to enforce stricter measures to ensure compliance and restore order on the roads. BTV News' Evelyn Izebili reports.
This is the typical situation in Benin City as motorists drove against traffic, violating traffic rules. Speaking with newsmen, residents of Benin City expressed worry over the increasing disobedience to traffic lights by motorists, especially commercial bus drivers, and called on the state governments to enforce stronger measures to ensure compliance and orderliness on major roads. One of the respondents said that most bus drivers and car owners are in the habit of disobeying traffic rules at major junctions such as Junction, Ikpopa, New Benin, and Mission Road. He called on the state government to establish a task force or mobile courts to prosecute offenders. According to him, about 80% of bus drivers beat traffic lights, and charging them when calls will help instill discipline and move Edo State forward. Still speaking, another respondent stated that the government should charge those who break traffic laws so that others can learn to obey traffic light rules.
You see, in Benin, most of all these bus drivers they refuse to obey traffic lights. Like the one in First Junction, bus driver they will disobey the traffic light. Ikpopa Junction, New Benin Junction, Mission Road Junction is very bad. So I want the state government to set up a task force and set up a mobile court. Anyone that disobey the traffic light, they can charge it for mobile court.
They should go for those that are breaking it. Use one of them as an example or a scapegoat, so that others will learn from it.
Meanwhile, others suggested that the government should install CCTV cameras at major junctions. He said this would make it easier to identify and charge bus drivers and other motorists who disobey traffic rules. They also recommended that committed traffic officials should be deployed to major roads. According to him, the wardens must be properly trained and should not be partial to any driver in order to ensure orderliness and compliance with traffic light rules.
Meant to do, they have to provide a camera. So whenever driver that beat the traffic lights, through the camera system, they can hold the driver. Even though it takes them 1 week and give him at least a heavy penalty, I believe they will limit the traffic lights.
The problem of Nigeria, especially in Edo State, is we don't respect laws. We don't obey laws. We feel that my brother is somewhere. Even if you hold me, I will just make a call. They will come and release me. And those who are supposed to be enforcing these laws, they don't take it serious. You know, this I know this one, you know, is another big problem. So what government should do, they should be properly trained to know that this is their enforcement. They are so important to the lives of people, you know, to the orderliness of the city.
They urge the Edo State government to take urgent action through enforcement, monitoring and proper training of traffic officials to ensure compliance with traffic laws and improve road safety across Edo State. Evelyn Izibili reporting for BTV News.
Illegal dumping of refuse has continued to pose a serious environmental and public health challenge in parts of Benin City, as waste is often found along roadsides, drainage channels and unapproved open spaces. BTV News' Precious Agbonlaho has details.
Indiscriminate dumping of refuse has blocked waterway, resulting in flooding during rainfall, while decomposing waste emits offensive eagle and attract rodents and disease-causing insects. Those who commented on issues attribute the problem to poor waste management practice, lack of awareness, and the failure of some residents to comply with environmental sanitation law. They warn that continuous neglect could lead to outbreaks of cholera, malaria, and other preventable disease.
As long as you call it refuse, it's not good. It's not good. Earth-wise, beautification-wise, like the environment. When you just go to junction and dump refuse, that place is supposed to be beautiful, accessible. You keep putting that there, you destroy the place. And earth-wise, although I'm not a doctor, I'm not somebody to earth, but I know that dirty there will be bringing out something that will affect the public. So illegal dumping of refuse anywhere in the world, especially in this Benin, because it's defacing us.
Others said illegal dumping degrades the environment and undermines government's effort at maintaining a clean and healthier city. They call for stricter enforcement of sanitation laws, regulates waste evacuation, and sustain public enlightenment campaign. Still speaking, they stress the need for residents to put an end to the poor habit of illegal refuse dumping and to make proper use of designated waste disposal facilities, noting that collective responsibility is key to achieving a clean and healthier environment.
There are also some people who actually don't even have where to dispose their refuse. So I think they're not reaching out to the people enough. So should make awareness, share flyers, make adverts, make engagement on when the government or the people in charge can come and take the refuse out from homes instead of individuals, because certain individuals, they go out of their own way to dispose refuse.
It's really, really bad because it makes the whole place look, that is, it will make the environment not healthy to people. It can cause an outbreak of diseases. So even the government or individual, as an individual, like my own self now, I have a place where I created. I drop any refuse or any dump. That is where I drop it.
They, however, urge the public to adopt responsibility waste disposal habits while calling on government agencies to strengthen enforcement, improve waste management service, and sustain public awareness campaign to ensure a clean and healthier environment for all. Precious Agbolahor reporting for Beetv News.
A rising tide of apprehension has gripped Nigerian citizens as youth increasingly abandoning skills acquisition in favor of ventures promising immediate financial gains. BTV News' Kate Oworidowo reports that economic pressures are driving youths to seek quick cash. The report.
Given the rate at which Nigerian youths are abandoning skills acquisitions, residents have expressed their view on the increasing trend, saying that it is a significant social issue with profound implications. They attributed this trend to poor moral upbringing, with some parents prioritizing personal pursuit over instilling strong values in their children, thereby contributing to the growth of the get-rich-quick mentality. Respondents further emphasized the obsession with fast money has eaten deep into Nigeria's society, particularly among young people, leading to a preference for shortcuts to success. They caution that this mindset poses a significant threat to national development and moral standards. However, they emphasize the importance of acquiring technology-driven skills such as artificial intelligence to enable youths to sustain themselves legally and remain competitive in the global economy.
And parents are not even concerned about their own children. What they are concerned about is themselves, their work, and when they get back home, most times the children are not even at home and they don't even think of the way about where the children are. So I think that's what the leading cause of what's happening. For today now we have tech. Tech is taking over the society. So I think that's what they should be focused on, and not what they have in those days. In those days you can learn something like welding and fabrication and some others, mechanic and other. But for today I think it's tech. Tech is taking over. So you have to learn something like AI design, web design, content creating and all of that. So I think that's where they have to focus on, and the government needs to kind of like give a partnership to those people who are willing to learn that skills, and so that they can also get partnership and get.
They also attributed the problem to peer pressure and the harsh economic conditions in the country, noting that the rising cost of living makes it difficult for many people to survive through legal means. They explained that despite having useful skills, low patronage and limited opportunities often push skilled individuals to seek alternative sources of income. Respondents equally complain about excessive taxation, which they say significantly reduces earnings and discourages small business owners. However, they stress that no economic hardship justifies involvement in illegal activities. They advise Nigerian youths to diversify their sources of income through legal means rather than resorting to crime.
The economic condition in the country makes it difficult for someone to make a good living by legal means. The degree of taxation is another force. Yes, for example, according to the new tax law, once somebody is earning more than 800,000 naira per year, there is a particular percentage of tax accrued to him that he must pay. But you will agree with me that the money we actually earn these days based on the cost of living is not even enough to feed us. Even if you are earning 300,000 naira on an average as a Nigerian today, and you are living in a flat, maybe one bedroom, self-contained apartment, after removing 300,000 naira for that apartment, you will discover that the leftover is not enough to feed you, to clothe you and your family, and to take care of medical bills.
Respondents urge the government to take urgent steps to address inflation and improve the economic climate. They also urge the establishment of functional skills acquisition centers across the country to empower youths. Kate Owaridowo reporting for BTV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has approved the registration of 2 new political parties, increasing the total number of registered parties in the country to 21 ahead of the 2027 general elections. INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amopiton said The announcement during the Commission's first regular consultative meeting with political parties for 2026 held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has officially registered 2 new political parties, the Democratic Leadership Alliance, DA, and the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. Professor Joash stated that the decision followed a rigorous assessment process in accordance with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Electoral Act 2022, and INEC's regulations and guidelines for political parties. He added that the Commission received a total of 171 letters of intent from associations seeking registration as political parties.
From associations seeking registration as political parties. Consequently, 14 associations that satisfied the initial pre-qualifications were invited to proceed to the next stage.
The governing board of the Nigerian Shipping Council, NSC, has pledged its full support to the council in advancing the federal government's 7% economic growth target and Nigeria's $1 trillion economic ambition by 2030. The assurance was given during the inaugural meeting between the newly constituted governing board and the council's management team in Lagos. The report. Members of the governing board arrived at the Nigerian Shippers Council NSC headquarters in Lagos and were received by the management team ahead of their first official engagement. Addressing the board, the council's executive secretary, Mr. Payo Sakuta, emphasized the NC's mandate as Nigeria's port economy regulator and highlighted his role in the facilitating trade.
Management, committing ourselves to the leadership of this board in terms of the policy direction that we all follow. And the most important thing to note at all times is that the Nigerian Shippers Council, soon to become the Nigerian Port Economic Regulatory Agency, has a strategic role to play in the overall economic growth of this country.
To further brief the board, the Director of Strategic Planning and Research presented an overview of the Nigerian Shippers Council's operations, highlighting key achievements and challenges, particularly issues related to the implementation of the International Cargo Tracking Note, ICTN.
We believe that there's a need to fast-track the implementation of the ICTN in accordance with the approval of the Federal Executive Council.
In his response, the chairman of the governing board commended the council's performance and assured management of the board's full support in promoting economic growth through the maritime sector.
We need to have all hands on deck if this country is to move and achieve its full potentials in the blue economy sector. Of significant importance is equally that the Nigerian Shippers Council and the Ministry of Blue Economy must, it's a matter of necessity, be determined to support the President's vision of 1 trillion naira economy and 77% growth for our dear country, Nigeria.
We as a council, having been designated as a revenue generating agency, we need not sit and fold our arms. We have to look for means of generating revenue, because the whole idea about the national GDP is a question of how much government is making and how much government is spending.
The meeting underscores a renewed partnership between the governing board and management's position in Nigeria's Shippers Council as a key driver of national economic growth. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, has officially launched Empire Academy in Abuja. He described the academy as a strategic national platform aimed at accelerating skills development and unlocking the value chain of Nigeria's healthcare sector. The academy will roll out in phases, starting with a digital learning platform and later expanding into hybrid innovation hubs and permanent world-class training centers in partnership with universities and research institutions. Professor Mohammed Pate said the initiative reflects President Bola Tinubu's vision under the Presidential Initiative for Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, aiming to reposition Nigeria as a manufacturing hub while creating quality jobs for young Nigerians. Also speaking at the event, PAC National Coordinator Dr. Abdul Mutar announced that the Academy's courses will be offered free to qualified Nigerians for the next 2 years. He added that the curriculum is designed to be practical, realistic, and industry-driven.
And that's why when the president lists the renewed hope agenda, it's not just a political slogan. There's a vision and there is an expectation that there's a different reality that you have to imagine and then walk the path to realize it. Nigerians will see that this vision is real and that Nigeria can be a manufacturing hub, can unlock the healthcare value chain, can create jobs, quality jobs.
What we are providing here is practical, accessible skills for industry. Good news, under the arrangement that we have under this partnership, we are providing in the first instance. So this is going to be delivered in 3 phases that Paul is going to demonstrate. But the first phase, which we are launching today, the virtual platform, is going to provide about at least 40 different courses, ready-to-use courses.
Conventional vision and national goals of becoming self-reliant for medical and pharmaceutical products in the country and on the continent is at risk unless we're able to work with a workforce that is talented. Fortunately, though, several countries in the Americas, in EU and in Asia, and parts of Africa have actually solved for this. And we're working with several of the leaders in manufacturing, skilling and talent management to bring those skill sets to Nigeria.
The Nigerian police force has cracked down on an international financial scam syndicate, arresting 7 suspects following a joint operation with the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency and global technology firm Meta. The suspects are accused of running a sophisticated online investment fraud targeting victims in the United States and the United Kingdom. The report. The Nigeria's Police Force's National Cybercrime Center has arrested 7 suspects following a joint operation with the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency, aided by intelligence from global technology company Meta.
Concerning the investment scam is a very serious issue, and I think our people need to know that it's not all high-yield investments that is being projected out there, that they need to hang on with.
According to the police, the suspects operated an online investment scam center in Abraka, Delta State, using fake social media accounts to impersonate reputable cryptocurrency traders and investment experts.
Other investigations by the Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center revealed that Collins Ogure procured approximately 500 social media accounts from online vendors and distributed them among his recruits for coordinated spamming, impersonation, and victim engagement. The suspects, including his brother Christian Ogure, were assigned various operational roles, including account management, online engagement, and mass spamming.
We've worked closely with the MPF, NCCC, and other Nigerian law enforcement for a long time. But this close working has been solidified last year with the signing of the UK-Nigeria fraud MOU.
The police say the syndicate targeted unsuspecting victims in the United States and the United Kingdom, luring them through legitimate investment platforms before defrauding them via coordinated pitching and retirement investment schemes. The group also operated a fraudulent Facebook group titled Retirement Strategies, Real Estate and Market Insight, where fabricated testimonials were posted to gain victims' trust. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the immediate deployment of an army battalion to Karama local government area of Kwara State following the killing of innocent villagers by terrorists in the community. The president strongly condemned the attack, describing it as a cowardly and inhuman act, and denounced the gunmen as heartless for targeting defenseless citizens in what he called a failed campaign of terror. President Bola Tinubu has directed enhanced collaboration between federal and state authorities to provide relief for affected residents and ensure that the perpetrators are tracked down and brought to justice. He prayed for the peaceful repose of the victims' souls, extended condolences to bereaved families, and sympathized with the people and government of Kwara State. Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak described the deadly attack as a massacre, saying that the 75 victims killed in the incident have now been buried. Senator A. Naya Abaribe has insisted that the Senate approve the electronic transmission of election results in real time, dismissing media reports suggesting otherwise. He said his integrity was being questioned over the issue and described the reports as misleading. Speaking at a media briefing at the National Assembly on Thursday, accompanied by 137 senators, Abaribe stated that the Senate did not approve the transfer of results as some reports claimed. He clarified that what was approved under the 2022 Electoral Act was the electronic transmission of results, stressing that the distinction and was deliberate and significant. Senator Abaribe explained that the Senate's decision followed an extensive legislative process. He said the process involved wide consultations with the Independent National Electoral Commission as well as various civil society organizations. Moving on to business news. Toyota Motor Corporation has raised its profit and sales forecast for the current fiscal year despite the impact of United States tariff, the Japanese automaker said on Friday. The company said it was able to reduce the scale of profit decline caused by the tariff through cost-cutting measures and marketing efforts. The report. For the year ending March 2026, Toyota now expects a new net profit of 3.57 trillion yuan, $22.8 billion, compared with its earlier projection of 2.93 trillion yen. Operating profit is forecast to rise to 3.8 trillion yen from 3.4 trillion yen, while sales are expected to increase to 50 trillion yen from 49 trillion yen. However, the company reported that net and operating profits declined in the September to December quarter, even though sales rose. Toyota attributed the drop in quarterly profits mainly to higher expenses resulting from the impact of U.S. tariffs. Adedeji raw materials exports. Adedeji says raw material exports won't save Nigeria. The chairman of the Nigerian Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, has said Nigeria must urgently shift from dependence on raw material exports to an economy driven by ideas, innovation, and the production of complex goods to achieve sustainable growth. He made the call on Thursday while delivering the maiden Distinguished Personality Lecture of the Faculty of Administration at Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife. In his lecture titled From Potential to Prosperity, Export-Led Economy, Adedeji warned that Nigeria's current economic structure leaves it poorly positioned in a global economy that increasingly rewards knowledge, technology, and productive complexity. He stressed that natural resources alone can no longer guarantee long-term national prosperity. Adedeji noted that Nigeria's export sector has remained largely stagnant for decades, adding that the country introduced only 6 new products to its export basket between 2008 and 2023. He said this lack of diversification reflects weak progress compared to peer countries that have adopted deliberate strategies to upgrade their productive capabilities. Tax reforms may reshape real estate sector, stakeholders say. Stakeholders in the real estate sector have said recent tax reforms introduced by the federal government may significantly alter the dynamics of the industry. The experts spoke on Thursday in Lagos at the 10th Alpha Cruise Real Estate Outlook Conference, themed Amplifying Resilience in the Real Estate Industry in a Disputed Global Economy. The managing director of Alpha Cruise Limited, Toby Adama, said the new tax reforms have contributed to rising rent and property prices. He explained that many property owners now pass the additional tax burden to tenants and buyers by increasing rent and property values. Adama also said broader economic indicators suggest a positive outlook for the sector, noting that inflation is declining, external reserves are improving, and foreign investors are gradually returning. According to him, this development could support growth in the real estate industry in the near term. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has apologized to victims of Jeffrey Epstein over his decision to appoint Lord Peter Mandelson as UK ambassador to the United States. The report.
Starmer said he was misled by Mandelson about his relationship with Epstein and expressed regret for the distress caused. He stated, "I am sorry for what was done to you. Sorry that so many people with power failed you. Sorry for having believed Mandelson's lies and appointed him." Mandelson, who was appointed in December 2024, was removed from the post in September 2025 after evidence emerged of his ongoing friendship with Epstein following Epstein's 2008 conviction of sex offenses. Recent U.S. Justice Department files further revealed the extent of Mandelson's connection to Epstein, including financial transactions and potential leaks of government documents. Starmer admitted his government underestimated the depth and the darkness of Mandelson's relationship with Epstein. Mandelson has since resigned from the House of Lords, being removed from the Privy Council, and is on the police investigation. The apology comes amid pressure on Starmer from opposition parties and some Labour MPs who have criticized the vetting process and questioned the Prime Minister's leadership. Starmer defended his team but pledged transparency and accountability. Favour Kolawole reporting for BTV News.
Popular socialite and nightlife entrepreneur Pascal Okechukwu, widely known as Cubana Chief Priest, has announced his intention to contest for a seat in the House of Representatives in the 2027 general election. He made the declaration via his Instagram page, stating that he will run on the platform of the All Progressive Congress (APC). The report. The celebrity businessman said his decision to align with the ruling party was strategic, noting that it offers a better opportunity to influence policy and decision-making at the federal level. He added that one of his key motivations is to advocate for the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB. Cubana Chief Priest explained that remaining within the APC despite opposition sentiments on the part of the Southeast would enable him to affect meaningful change. According to him, operating outside the government structure limits the ability to drive impactful reforms and influence national issues. In another development, fans in tears as video shows pregnant Auntie Ajara attending All Well Ademola's burial. Fans have been thrown into mourning following the resurfacing of a video showing late actress Auntie Ajara attending the burial of her colleague All Well Ademola. The video, which began circulating online shortly after news of her death broke, shows the actress visibly pregnant as she paid her last respects. The actress' elder brother confirmed that she passed away overnight after battling a liver-related illness for an extended period. In announcing her death, he expressed appreciation to fans and well-wishers for their support and prayers throughout her illness. In the video, Auntie Ajara is seen seated quietly at the funeral, wearing a customized t-shirt bearing the image of the late Orwell Ademola. Fans have expressed deep sorrow and concern, with many questioning whether her pregnancy could have been better managed to ensure the safety of both mother and child. Julian Donaldson reveals new character and title for Third Gruffalo book. Children's author Julian Donaldson has revealed the title and new lead character of the third book in the popular Gruffalo series, titled Gruffalo Granny. The book is scheduled for release in hardback and audiobook formats on 10 September, with an image of the new character set to be unveiled later. Donaldson said she had conceived the idea for the story nearly 2 decades ago, but had been occupied with other writing projects. She explained that becoming a grandmother herself, along with inspiration from the National Literacy Trust Early Words Matter program, motivated her to finally develop the story. First published in 1999, The Gruffalo and its sequel, The Gruffalo's Child, have sold over 18 million copies in 115 languages worldwide. Illustrator Axel Scheffler, who returns for the third book, said he was excited by the new story, which will also feature familiar characters, including the fox, snake, owl, and the mouse. And that's it on entertainment news. My name is Temitope Oluwafemi, reporting for BTV News. Now to the world of sports. Ademola Lookman impressed on his debut for Atletico Madrid, scoring and providing an assist in a 5-0 victory over Real Betis on Thursday to secure a place in the Copa del Rey semi-finals. The Nigerian international, who joined from Atlanta earlier in the week, delivered a standout performance at La Cartuja Stadium in Seville. Atletico took control early, opening the scoring in the 12th minute through David Hanco's header from a Coker corner. Giuliano Simeone doubled the lead in the 30th minute after a flowing move involving Lookman, who then made his debut goal 7 minutes later by beating two defenders before finishing calmly into the corner. After the break, Atletico continued to dominate as Lookman set up Antonio Griezmann for a coiling finish in the 62nd minute, while substitute Thiago Almada completed the route late on. Despite a comprehensive win, Atletico suffered a setback with Pablo Barrios forced off injury as Diego Simeone's side advanced to a semi-final clash alongside Barcelona, Athletic Bilbao, and Real Sociedad. Many thanks for staying with us on BTV Major News at 6. My name is Temitope Oluwafemi. Do have a lovely night rest and goodbye.